All right, hello everyone. Thank you so much for being here tonight. It's my first time streaming out to the public in a while. I will be back on the weekly schedule for a while after this as well. I see Twigs is here. Thank you so much for being here. All right, we're going to start off tonight with, oh, and I see Kat is here as well. Good to have everybody back. Well, I'm going to start off with Wynn's song tonight, and then we'll continue on with some other tracks. And make sure to keep note of tonight's special question here. What is the highlight of your year? That is what I'm asking you tonight. If you have a good answer for it, then please leave it down in the chat or in the comments. But first, I'm going to start off. Excuse me for a second. There we go. For tonight, I'm going to start off with Wynn's song. Hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I see you dancing there. There's tension in your stare, as if the world is disturbing your peace, as if there's something deep inside you try so hard to hide, leaves you aching to find your sweet release. Just come with me, and I'll show you a place where the wind flows free. Like roses in bloom, I breathe it in. There's freedom in the basking in the wind. Just take a seat with me, let it run free. There is no shame, feel the tension ooze away. I still want you by my side. Makes you feel alive. Feel the fragrance of creation as you stay. It's a love so fine, but now just let it flow from your depths into mine. I let the warm air hit your face. There's no disgrace, so breathe it in, and so we like roses in bloom, I breathe it in. There's freedom in the basking in the wind. Once you're satisfied, just return to the dance and to the soundtrack of your life. But so you know, if the tension ever grows, then come back here to find me and let the hit your face. There's no disgrace to breathe it in. And so we begin in the corner of your home little room. It's like roses in bloom, and breathe it in. There's freedom in the basking in the wind. There's freedom in the basking in the wind. All right, thanks again. That was Wynn's song. So hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I got a lot of covers for tonight, and a lot of stories to tell tonight, and I'm very excited to share a little bit about my highlight of the year, which just happened. and I hope to hear some more of your answers as well. I'll go through a couple tunes, and then I'll take a good look at some of the answers that you gave. And by the way, I'm looking at you, Twigs. If your answer has something to do with me or my shows, I'll ask you for something else. All right. But in the meantime, here's a cover song. This is a song by the Indigo Girls. This is Galileo. Galileo's head was on the block. The crime was looking up the truth. And as the bombshells of my daily fears explode, I try to trace them to my youth. Then you had to bring up reincarnation over a couple of beers the other night. Now I'm serving time for mistakes made by another in the love of a lifetime. How long till my soul gets it right? Can any human being ever reach that kind of light? I call on the resting soul of Galileo, king of night vision, king of insight. Think about my fear of motion, which I never could explain. Some other fool across the ocean years ago must have crashed his little airplane. How long till my soul gets it right? Can any human being ever reach that kind of light? I call on the resting soul of Galileo, king of night vision, king of insight. I'm not making a joke, you know me, I take everything so seriously. If we wait for the time till our souls get it right, well, at least I know there'll be no nuclear annihilation in my lifetime. I'm still not right. Offer thanks to those before me. That's all I've got to say. 'Cause maybe you squandered big bucks in your lifetime. Now I have to pay. But then again, it feels like some sort of inspiration to let the next life off the hook. She'll say, look what I had to overcome from my last life. I think I'll write a book. How long till my soul gets it right? Can any human being ever reach the highest light? Except for the resting soul of Galileo, king of night vision, king of insight. Thanks again. That was Indigo Girls Galileo. I'm going to do another song. This is a song that I've never played before. I've heard it a million times. But I never took a stab at it until now. This is Buddy Modlock's The Kid. I'm the kid who ran away with the circus. Now I'm watering elephants, but I sometimes lie awake in the sawdust, dreaming I'm in a suit of light. Late at night in the empty big top, I'm all alone on the high wire. Look, he's working without a net this time. He's a real death defier. I'm the kid who always looked out the window, failing tests in geography. But I have seen things far beyond just the schoolyard, distant shores of exotic lands. There's the spires of the Turkish Empire, 6 months since we made landfall, riding love with the spices of India, through Gibraltar where rich men owe. I'm the kid who thought someday we'd be lovers, always held out that time would tell. Time was talking. Guess I just wasn't listening. No surprise if you know me well. As we're walking down toward the train station, there's a whispering rainfall. We cross the boulevard, so you slip your hand in mine. In the distance, the train calls. I'm the kid who has this habit of dreaming that sometimes gets me in trouble too. But the truth is, I could no more stop dreaming than I could make them all come true. Thanks again very much. That was The Kid by Buddy Modlock, one of my favorite songs ever written. But I never took a stab at it until now. So thanks so much for listening. I'm gonna look at some of the answers that you guys gave for our question of the day. What is your highlight of the year? Let me scroll up here. It's in the let's see. Let's see, Twigs, as I mentioned before, Twigs mentioned me in his, and I have a lot of trouble believing that. But he did give a second one. Second highlight would be part of the movie Lost in a Mountain in Maine. That's really awesome. That's really good. Let's see, my sister said Finnegan has been the highlight of the year. For those of you who don't know, Finnegan is my sister's cat. And definitely a deserving highlight, especially since I got to meet Finnegan a little while ago. Let's see. My mom said lost sound on Facebook, listening on YouTube. Well, I hope it sounds okay. It should be coming through. Fine. I didn't get any alerts or anything. Let's see. Joe actually said this. Try to buy a new CD, got kicked out, and screening purchases. No, actually, that's a whole separate issue with the new online store. That's I'm not sure what is going wrong with that. I'm trying to find another avenue to sell the tracks. Sell the tracks on another platform, but don't know about that. Let's see. Diane said Nesser. That's an obvious one. Joe said a Tucson trip. That's really cool. Okay, Mom said sound was fine. It was my fault. Okay, that's all right. As long as everything's working okay, I think we'll be okay. Twigs asked me how I was with Ellis and Lori, and that is what my answer for the highlight of the year. I love going to the New England Songwriters Retreat every year, and I always get excited for Labor Day weekend, especially this year since we haven't had it in person in a really, really long time. And because of the pandemic. This was the first time we were able to bring everybody together and into our normal gathering place in Connecticut. So I was very, very excited to be able to return there again. And Diane was with me there as well. That was the answer she gave, Nesser. That's the New England Songwriters Retreat, and which is put on by Ellis Paul, and has a lot of other performers and instructors who are there, and they really make a weekend out of it. Really make a long weekend out of it. It goes from Friday afternoon to Tuesday morning. And it was such a thrill. And all the songs I've played so far have something to do with it. Either the songs themselves have come up, or just kind of a pseudo connection to it. Galileo by the Indigo Girls, that was brought up in like a cover song circle. and the kid was written by one of the instructors at the retreat this year, Buddy Modlock, who is a long-standing songwriter out of Nashville and has really, really amazing songs. It was a pleasure to get to meet him and talk to him and pick his brain a little bit on some of the songs that he wrote. What did Diane say here? Thrilled to see you doing sound for the student concert. That's very true. That's very true. I wasn't expecting. I wasn't supposed to do that. I was literally in the room, and Ellis asked me, "Hey Kyle, can you do the sound for me tonight?" So that Ellis could kind of roadie-ish for everybody who was coming up for the student concert. If you were tuned in to Ellis Paul's live streams that weekend, which was 2 weekends ago, and you may have tuned in and found some of the fellow students at Nesser performing. I performed on Sunday, as did Diane, and then I did sound for the concert on Monday, which was a lot of fun. And I'm going to play, this next song is the song that I played for the student concert. Some of you guys who tune in regularly will be familiar with this one. This is God and Whiskey. She pulls me aside in the darkest of night just to see what this love can bring. It's a magical tide through the dizzying slide of this dance of liquid sting. This pleasure and pain on the lowest of planes makes my slowing body sing. God and whiskey, come release me. Break the dam on this river in my chest, yeah. God and whiskey, come and kiss me. Hold me in your toxic caress. I walk through the halls and bump into the walls as the room spins round and round. Red to the face, can't remember the place where this kind of love was found. She takes my hand, I can barely stand, but I sure can kiss the ground. God and whiskey, come release me. Break the dam on this river in my chest, yeah. God and whiskey, come and kiss me. Hold me in your toxic caress. I answer the phone with a groan and a moan, and it slowly wakes my mind. It's barely disguised in my whispers and sighs. I just leave all sense behind. I walk to the door, then I fall to the floor, all for someone else to find. God and whiskey, come release me. Break the dam on this river in my chest, yeah. God and whiskey, come and kiss me. Hold me in your toxic caress. Just another day in this war of dismay, and it slowly wakes my mind. Swear it's the end, but it's harder to mend. I still sing this drinking song. I hope and I pray, take this burden away, 'cause I know this ploy is wrong. God and whiskey, come release me, break the dam on this river in my chest, yeah. God and whiskey, come and kiss me, hold me in your toxic caress. Toxic caress. All right. Thanks again. That was God and Whiskey. I actually need to step aside for just a second, so I'm going to pause this for a sec while I get myself situated for this next song here. I will be right back. Just give me 2 minutes. All right, I'm back. I apologize for that. But we are back on board again. Let's do this one now. As it was alluded to in the chat earlier, my mother just had a birthday, and we had a fun day, really nice day yesterday. Over the weekend, I took my mom to a Yankee game, which is always, I don't know if it's the highlight of her year, but it always is it always is a highlight when we get to go. We went on Saturday, and they won, which is really good. It was against the Rays. All right, I'll sing this one. The screen door slams, Mary's dress waves. Like a vision she dances across the porch as the radio plays. Roy Orbison singing for the lonely. Hey, that's me and I want you only. Don't turn me home again, I just can't face myself alone again. Don't run back inside, darling, you know just what I'm here for. So you're scared and you're thinking that maybe we ain't that young anymore. Well, show a little faith, there's magic in the night. You ain't a feeling, but hey, you're alright. Oh, and that's alright with me. You can hide neath your covers and study your pain. Make crosses from your lovers, throw roses in the rain. Waste your summer praying in vain for a savior to rise from these streets. Oh, well, I'm no hero that's understood. All the redemption I could offer, girl, is beneath this dirty hood, with a chance to make it good somehow. Hey, what else can we do now except roll down the window and let the wind blow back your hair? Well, the night's busting open, these two lanes will take us anywhere. We got one last chance to make it real, trading these wings on some wheels. Climbing back, heaven's waiting on down the tracks. And it's, oh, come take my hand, we're riding out tonight to case the promised land. Oh, thunder roll, oh, thunder roll. It's lying out there like a killer in the sun. And no, it's late, but we can make it if we run. Oh, thunder roll, sit tight, take hold, thunder roll. Well, I got this guitar, and I learned how to make it talk. My car's out back if you're ready to take that long walk. From your front porch to my front seat, the door's open, but the ride ain't free. And I know you're lonely for words that I ain't spoken, but tonight we'll be free, all the promises will be broken. There were ghosts in the eyes of all the boys you sent away. They haunt this dusty beach road in the skeleton frames of burned out Chevrolets. They scream your name at night in the street. Your graduation gown lies in rags at their feet. And in the lonely cool before dawn, hear their engines roaring on. When you get to the porch, they're gone on the wind. So Mary, climb in. It's a town full of losers, and I'm pulling out of here to win. Thanks again. That's the only song I'm playing tonight that didn't really pop up at the retreat. That was just a late birthday present from Mom. Happy birthday. All right, here's another song that's on the new EP. All right, this is Build This City. Patterson on the bread box line. He lost his home on his own dime. She rules the bright light serenade with a child at her promenade. A thinning man in the tightest jeans, a husband sick in bed asleep. From the ashes of pain and pity, come together, let's build this city. Innocence with charcoal skin, his brother shot by a blue man's tin. A mother trapped in a textile mill risks her hand for her mouth to fill. Concrete towers proud and tall, how many iron workers fall. From the ashes of pain and pity, come together, let's build this city. We used to be a solid land, planted firmly in the sand. Then shops were called our conscience hid. We wake up to see just what they did. They ripped apart the prophet's tongue, and the murderer is free to run. The gambler hits the slope in stride, climbing up to the money's high. The working man has a beggar's kiss. God knows we are better than this. So from the ashes of pain and pity, come together, let's build this city. 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 All right, thanks again. All right, I'm going to switch guitars now and bring out the 12th string for one song. All right, this next song is a song that sort of came up on this is a song that sort of came up at the retreat. I was planning on playing it because at the end of Monday night, we all gathered together for a huge cover song circle in one of the rooms at the retreat center. And somebody suggested this one. And I was just about getting ready to play it, but before I could, somebody else had come in with another song. So this song was requested that night. This is a Neil Young song. This is "Tell Me Why." Sailing hardships through broken harbors, out on the waves in the night. Still the searcher must ride the dark horse, racing alone in his fright. Tell me why Tell me why is it hard to make arrangements with yourself when you're old enough to repay but young enough to sell? Tell me lies later, come and see me, I'll be around for a while. I am lonely, but you can free me, all in the way that you smile. Tell me why. Tell me why is it hard to make arrangements with yourself when you're old enough to repay but young enough to sell? Tell me why. Tell me why is it hard to make arrangements with yourself when you're old enough to repay but young enough to sell? All right, thanks again. That was Tell Me Why by Neil Young. And let's see, what did Diane ask here? Sounds gorgeous on a 12-string. New Martin? Nope, it's old. It's it's one of the older guitars that I have. That's I think we got this in like 2003, I want to say. Somewhere around there. But I don't bring that guitar out live because the pickup is broken in it. I want to get it out there in sometime soon. Either that or get a whole new 12. And I have some ideas for a kind of 12 I would want, but don't have the money for it yet. Don't have the money for it yet. But now, I'm going to move along. Into some more original music for you now. I see an old friend of ours in the chat today. This is Keith Wicks. How you doing? Great to see you again. Keith Wicks used to be a local guy, and then he retired out to Florida. Thanks very much for tuning in tonight. And I see my friend Lisa Jeanette, who was also at the retreat, is also here with us tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Our Satisfaction. Some people like to hit the town on a Saturday night, from a swagger to a swoon. They dance and drink till the wee hours of the morning light. to some new familiar tune. But with you I can rest easy, dance alone to our hearts beating as one. 'Cause we got our own song and it goes sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. Some people like to hit up God on a Sunday morning with Jesus on their tongue, their hands wide open and arms reaching towards the sky, singing to a worship song. But you and me, we step outside and listen to the birds perched on a tree. That's all the worship I will ever need. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. Some people like to hit the road in the early hours on just about any day. We chase the sun until it sets above our heads, and a campfire makes its way. So me and you and all our friends, we come together, souls in hand. We tell our stories, share reactions. It's where we get our satisfaction. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la, na-na-na-na, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la, na-na-na-na-na, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. Okay, thanks again. That was Our Satisfaction. I'm going to do another song that came out of that big cover circle that we did. At one point during that last night that we were there, myself and this one of the newcomers this year, a fellow by the name of Adam. He's a really great finger picker and works with a nylon string guitar, and he gets a really nice sound out of it. And I decided to start off a little finger picking challenge between the two of us. And by the way, he won that. I thought for sure I had him beat with "Never Going Back Again" by Fleetwood Mac. But nope, he beat me. But this is how I started that little challenge. This is Simon and Garfunkel's version of Scarborough Fair. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. Tell her to make me a cambric shirt. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Without no seams nor needlework, then she'll be a true love of mine. Tell her to find me an acre of land. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Between the salt water and the sea strands, then she'll be a true love of mine. Tell her to reap it in a circle of leather. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. And to gather it all in a bunch of heather, then she'll be a true love of mine. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. All right, thanks again. So that was Simon and Garfunkel's version of Scarborough Fair, an old classic traditional tune. Let's see. Twigs asked, "Isn't Mama an S&G fan?" Both of my parents are, especially my dad. But yep, we have a few of those. And there were a lot of other Simon and Garfunkel songs that popped up on that last night. Here's a song that came from. Here's a song that I played on one of the other song circles a little later in the night. I think it might have been Saturday. I'm not sure. This song came up, and all right, this is "I Saw My Child." I saw my child in a clearing in the rain, so clear and yet so dark. Despite the storm that creeps from the distance, he sings like a meadowlark. The eagle soars, the thunder roars. I saw my child as innocence blinds him. Lightning takes its mark. I saw my child as he willingly fell in the arms of a docile beast. A gentle smile betrays the hunger, and sharpened swords on his teeth. Generations pour have let this monster roar. I saw my child as it woke from its slumber, and to his flesh it sinks. I saw my child as he raised his hand, asking for peace and for love. The guard, he laughs and orders his men to stone, to shame, and to shove. Broken and resigned, he gets back in line. I see my child as he dies to a shell, and I weep from heaven above. I see my child as he dies to a shell, and I weep from heaven above. All right, thanks again. That was I Saw My Child. And I brought that song up today because during the song circle, Laurie McAllister was in that song circle with us. Laurie is one of the members of Red Molly, in case you didn't know. And she fell in love with like the oohing part of that song, where I go, ooh. She fell in love with that part of the song. And she asked me to go through that part of the song again, so she can ooh with me. So that gave me an idea. I might call her up for the when it's time to record background vocals and stuff for the new record. All right, well, I got 2 more songs for you, and then I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to get to sing for you guys again. I know it's after 8, but I think we can squeeze 2 more songs in there. This is not a song that came up, but an artist that definitely did. One of the fellows who goes to the retreat is a fellow by the name of Dan Tappan, and he is a brilliant lyricist and very nice songwriter. And he absolutely loved Dave Carter with a passion. And for those of you who don't know, Dave Carter was a songwriter very popular in the folk music world, and he was really starting to rise up in the ranks. He had just recorded his best-known song when he passed away suddenly of a heart attack. So he had like tribute songs that he had written for Dave Carter. I found out later on that the song that he sang for the student concert was on the same night that Diane and I played, was actually played on Dave Carter's old banjo, which was really, really cool. So having said that, I'm going to sing a Dave Carter song for you. This is Gentle Arms of Eden. On a sleepy, endless ocean, when the world lay in a dream, there was rhythm in the splash and roll, but not a voice to sing. So the moon fell on the breakers, and the morning warmed the waves, till a single cell did jump and hum for joy, as though to say, this is my home, this is my only home, this is the only sacred ground I have ever known. Should I stray in the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Then the day shone bright around her, till the one turned into two, and the two into 10,000 things, and old things into new. And on some virgin beachhead, one lonesome critter crawled, and he looked about and he shouted out in his most astonished drawl, this is my home, this is my only home, this is the only sacred ground I have ever known. Should I stray in the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Then all the sky was buzzing and the crowd was carpet green, and the weary children of the woods went dancing in between. And the people sang rejoicing when the fields were glad with grain, this song of celebration from their cities on the plain. This is my home, this is my only home, this is the only sacred ground I have ever known. Should I stray in the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Now there's smoke across the harbor, and there's factories on the shore, and the world is ill with greed and will and enterprise of war. But I will lay my burdens in the cradle of your grace, and the shining beaches of your love, and the sea of your embrace. This is my home, this is my only home, this is the only sacred ground I have ever known. Should I stray in the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. All right, thanks again so much. I'm going to play one more song for you, and of course, this song always comes up in the retreat every year. And in case none of you have ever heard the story behind this song and how it's permanently etched in the history of that retreat, I'll certainly tell it after this brief little thing here. Thank you guys so much. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's been a really great pleasure playing for you guys. For those of you who are new here, thanks again. My name is Kyle Hancherik. I come to you from Warwick, New York, and I do these live streams every week on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So feel free to join in every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you enjoyed the show, you can always leave a like on this video and share it with your friends on whatever social media platform you are on. If you'd like to be more up to date with the kind of stuff that I do, please join my mailing list at kylehancherek.com/mailing-list. It's always great to have new people on the road with me through those newsletters. It's always great, and of course, I regularly update Facebook and Twitter as well. If you're interested in financially supporting the show, there are several ways you can do that. The first is to become a patron at patreon.com/KyleHancherek. I post there on a regular basis with new songs that I'm working on, new artwork that I make, and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's a monthly subscription service. You can join for as little as $1 a month or as much as $20 a month. Those are the tiers that I run through. I also have tiers for $3, $5, and $10. So if you're interested in that, please go over there. If you just want to leave a one-time tip on the show, you can go to paypal.me/KyleHancherek, or you can go to Venmo and send me something at Kyle Hancherek. Do whatever you choose to do. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's always a thrill. Now, of course, this song is etched in Nesser history. It goes all the way back to Nesser 2, the second retreat that we did back in 2017. When I was playing this song at a late-night song circle, Lori McAllister was in that room with us, and a lot of other people as well. I had just written this song 3 days prior, and it was brand new to me, and I wasn't sure how it would go. So I start playing it, and I get through like the first half of the chorus, and through this room, it's a room called the sunroom, and it has a lot of mirrors in the back of the room there, where you can see the doorway that you're going through if you're sitting in the right place. I'm looking through that mirror, and I see somebody sprinting towards the room, and the person gets into the doorway, and it's Ellis Paul. And so I'm playing the song, and I play all the way through. I finish up the song, applause and everything, and from behind me I hear Ellis say, "Hey, Kyle." He said, "Song." And he did. It ended up on his Storyteller's Suitcase album. There's a lot more that I can say about that story and everything in between. But nonetheless, it's a thrill to be a part of that section of the story. But anyway, here's the song in question. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is How You Say Goodbye. Bases are loaded. I bow down to the floor. A single shot on this green plot is all I'm asking for. September is faded, no room for wanting more. My sad goodbye that's spoken through this stadium ensures. The temple is floating, the cheers sound much too good. Backyard sales of tallest tales is far too understood. I'm taking my chances with a slightly crooked grin and a fire in my eyes in a timely telling sin. If the pitch comes in over the plate, just the right speed and perfectly straight, a swing of the bat and it cracks and the crowd goes wild. It's a long line drive to dead center field. It's over the wall and the legacy seal. That, my friends, is how you say goodbye. So many moments, but none to save the day. I never had that chance, but that's the price I had to pay. but now I am grounded. The fans ignite the flame, the lightning sets straight road ahead to glory and to fame. When the pitch comes in over the plate, just the right speed and perfectly straight, a swing on the bat and it cracks and the crowd goes wild. It's a long line drive to dead center field. It's over the wall and the legacy seal. That, my friends, is how you say goodbye. Oh, this face looks better than a morning glory bloom, but I've struck out way more times. You can't fit in this old room. But as I turn to leave, I'll find strength I'll never tell. So I'm climbing up the down escalator for one last kiss farewell. And the pitch comes in over the plate, just the right speed and perfectly straight. A swing of the bat and it cracks and the crowd goes wild. It's a long line drive to dead center field. It's over the wall and the legacy seal. That, my friends, is how you say goodbye. Oh, and that, my friends, is how I say goodbye. All right, thank you guys so much. It was really great pleasure playing for you guys tonight, and it's good to be back doing these live streams again. I'll be back on the roll again, on the grind, doing the streams every week on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. So I hope you can join us for those. Matter of fact, I'll put the graphic up here for that as a little reminder. Back next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Great to see a lot of you here with us tonight. And big thank you to Twigs, to Lisa Jeanette for tuning in. Thanks to Diane Pelledri, Keith Wicks. As always, thank you so much for being here. To Kat as well. Thank you to Joe Aiken. Let's see, I think there was one other person that joined us in the chat tonight, though I might be wrong. There were a lot of chats tonight. And let's see, I don't want to miss anybody. I mentioned Joe already. And Roseanne. Thank you, Roseanne, for coming in. It's been a while since we've seen you as well. Thank you so much for joining us here. It was a great pleasure to have you here with us. Big thanks to everyone who tuned in. Thanks so much to everyone who joined. But thanks again so much for joining us. And once again, next Tuesday, we'll be back with the next stream. It's going to be an all-request night. So get your requests ready to go, and I'll see if I can play them for you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. That's going to be it for me. Thanks again, and we will see you all next time. Let me make sure I have the right graphic up. Yes, I do. Okay. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next week. Peace and love, you guys. Take care.